Sir, everybody has downloaded?
Yeah.
Okay. Any problems in terms of using the app?
No, still not, but we don't get any feedback from our colleague till
Okay.
now. So I already discussed with our colleagues and brief about that app and customize new feature
Okay.
from you. So wait, and now today you can brief or tell us about the new features or what is the possibility to integrate the new things as per our requirement
Okay.
in the app, right? So many of colleagues they have some queries or questions about the app.
Sure, sir. Sir, anything in particular?
No, see, particular basically the issue is that for issuing or return,
Okay.
right? So our focus on how we can how the student can issue or return. If we need to establish the separate space for issuing or return borrowing
Okay.
the items from the library.
Okay.
So that is a main concern. And please
Okay.
also let me know this app is work with the HF technology or UHF technology.
Sir, it is not the app which works with the HF or UHF. Okay. It
Mm-hmm.
is, see, all the phones which carry NFC or near field communications actually
Mm-hmm.
work with the HF technology only.
Okay, so
Okay, that
basically
frequency
we are.
matches, your NFC frequency matches with the HF frequency.
Mhm.
So it is not that, primarily app has any issues. It is that the
Mm.
your phone which, connects to the frequency is primarily on the HF frequency.
Okay, so basically we are using the two type of technology, HF for the ID card. So
Okay.
borrower have to borrower can issue through HF card, but library items we are using the UHF tag.
Yeah. So in that
So
case, what can be done is you can actually have issue and return on the barcode.
okay.
Okay. Albeit it will have
Mhm.
one more step of technology
Okay,
or activating it once a book is returned. But that is one option which you can explore.
right.
Yeah. Can I start, sir?
Uh, yeah, please.
Okay. To begin with, I shall be sharing my good morning to all of you, and I shall be sharing my phone screen. So just give me a moment so that I can, you can see how things will work out on that. Yeah. Can all of you see the screen, sir? Uh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just starting the app. Okay. On the right hand side, you see these three lines, which we call it as an hamburger menu. So now before you actually begin, okay, you will have to sign in. Now, typically when we tell of signing in, this can be either with your patron ID number or your patron name. Okay. You need to give in your password. You can either select that you want to be kept signed in, or if you would like to, at some point just have it per session. Okay. I'll again go back to the hamburger menu. Sorry. Here you can see all the loans that are issued to that particular patron. Here I have none, which we will do it in the year. If I have made any reservations or holds which I have requested, which will be applicable and you will be able to see them here. If there are any charges which are payable on my account, this would come here. Okay. This place gives me all the self-service receipts that are generated by the app. Okay. In case I have any linked accounts, now linked accounts are primarily for public libraries wherein you have an system of allowing a parent or a father to be having the main account holder and the wife or the mother may be the subsidiary account holders and the children may be account holders. If you do not need this tab, it can be removed. Okay. If you go to the preferences here, you will see all the icons that are there. The user can move any of these icons in the order that they would like to see by just it's a simple drag and drop. The user can also change here from the flow to the scroll method. Okay, I just need to select a scroll and say reload. And now when you see my screen, it will just be flowing downwards. Okay, so on the same screen, you can see everything. I'll just change back to flow. Okay. The icons that you see here, like the search is a fixed item. Then you have the new items carousel, which comes in here. Okay. Then you have the scan ISBN barcode. Now, starting from the scan ISBN barcode onwards, okay, all these icons are customizable by the library as they want. Okay. You can create more icons, you can merge icons, you can do whatever depending on your requirement. When we talk of I'll take you through most of the icons. In fact, when I say I want to scan an ISBN barcode, so what I'm doing is right now I'm going on to scanning and this is ISBN, mind you. So now I have scanned one barcode. This particular book is already there in my library. Okay, so it will show me that this is there. Now, this is something which is very useful when, say, the faculty or your patron is traveling or goes to a bookstore, or maybe, at some point you come across, say, you are in an airport and you go to a bookstore and you like a particular book, say, maybe your director or faculty or whoever. They just scan the barcode and they would know whether your library already has it or not. If it doesn't have it, you can have the next level that, you can go into the book request form and request the library. Now, this book request form was primarily given by the OP Jindal library, which we have just integrated, as you can see. This now you are on a browser, so it will work the same way that a browser or your anything would work. I can fill this up and go back and say submit, and the library would receive it in the Google Forms. The next icon is online resources. Now here we have merged the two items that you had given, but as I said, this is just for a demo purposes. On a normal circumstances, you may have a separate icon for your own website and remote access to digital resources. So now when I press the website, it takes me to the library website. Okay. If I press the remote access to digital resources, it will take me to your page. Okay. You can either expand all or you can log in the way that you basically log in. So I'll just try this. Okay. It'll show me all the options that are there. How do I log in? You can either log in with your Outlook account or the Koha library OPEC credentials, which unfortunately I don't have, so I'll skip this part. But you can try it and you can log it using your own credentials and you will be able to log in. There was another thing which you wanted was the course material, which will become again accessible in the same way. Again, you can just go in and it will work the same way that it basically works for you otherwise. Okay. Now I'll go ahead. Here you can find the nearest libraries. Now, as an university, if you have multiple libraries, you can give the details here. It will just show me my single library right now. Okay. But if you have multiple libraries or departmental libraries, you can give that details. I'll just show you one more thing while you are logging in is that if you press on the hamburger menu, there is a place which is showing blank right now. I can press this. It will give me all my details like title, name, my card number, my card expiry, category, home location. If I want to add my photograph, I just need to press this. Okay, select from the gallery. Select the photograph that I would like to add. Go down and say save changes. Now I would see that my photograph has now been added here. Okay. Here I also have an option for languages. Okay. Right now I have selected English, but in case you would like to have it in Hindi, you can have it in Hindi. You would see that most of the items have started coming in Hindi. Okay. Now when I press on any of these books which are scrolling up, okay. This is a book which is radical research. The data that you see is actually not being fed in by me. Okay. The app basically automatically takes this data from synthetic by ProQuest. Okay. In case your data is not available in terms of, with the ISBN tag, you also have an option that you can go to Koha and have this field which is known as mark 520 field. If data is there, if it doesn't find your data in the synthetic thing, it will go straight away there and take the data from there. Now I'm going to show you one. I'll first change the language actually. Okay. We also have Bengali put in here in case you would like to see. Insofar as the languages are concerned, like if you would like to have any other languages put in, that is possible. And you just need to let us know which language you would like to have put in, and maybe we would require some details in terms of translations, and we can have that included. More data. Okay, now when I go to this place known as more, now what here happens is that the new books which had been rolling around on the carousel are definitely there, but there are some other books which are, we have inputted. Okay, create these categories. So you can actually create categories like the most popular or frequently read or whatever you might want to. And this is done on your CMS, and you do not need to keep on upgrading your app. Okay. Primarily, when you do a purchase of the app, your university name, that is, OP Jindal Global Library or whatever, will become available on your Google Play Store as well as the App Store. Okay. Albeit I'm using an Android phone right now, but even with an iPhone, it will work just as seamlessly. We support both the technologies. I'll just show you a small checkout. When I go to a checkout here, okay, it will show me these two items. Okay. If I select the checkout, it will show me an RFID tag I need to put in. Okay. Now at this point, what is happening is that it is done the checkout. Okay. At the back end, it first confirms with Koha, and then only it finishes the checkout. That means that your security gets switched off only after it has been done in the Koha. Since I have checked out a book, if you go here and go to my loans, you will be able to see that I have one book along with the due date when it is pending. Okay. I'm going to return this book back. Okay. So again, I will open this and I'll say check in. And this is done. This is so simple. Now, in the whole process, the student actually does not need to go to a kiosk or do anything. Okay. All this process which happened will also be available in terms of the receipts here. Okay. It will show you the details of which book was checked in, when was it checked in. Same thing with the checkout, which book was checked out and when was it checked out. My loans, if you see, would have got cancelled and I have no loan history now. This is also happening backend at the Koha. So we will take you through Koha also here on the other screen and show you how it will work on the Koha. One more thing, we have a very unique feature which is known as click and collect or a curbside pickup. You can name it whatever you want to. Okay. Now, this is more pertinent during the COVID times wherein your library might not be fully functional and you might not be wanting your patrons to come into the library with, the fear of infection or something. All that I need to do here is place a reservation. Okay. I'll select the pickup place as BG's computers. Okay. And I'll say place a reservation. Now, as a user, I have placed this reservation. Okay. And as a library, you would need to go to Koha, except you need to share the screen. Need zoom. No. Koha, I'll just show that to you. Just give me a moment. I'll stop sharing my screen actually. Yeah. What you are seeing here is essentially the CMS at the back end. Yeah. See, now you are actually in Koha. You will go to holds awaiting pickup. Sorry. Okay, this will get reflected here. Your user would actually get approve this. Your staff member actually would approve this. No, he will check in this. He will check in this. Now it says you confirm the hold. Yes, now you confirm the hold. It was stop sharing. Okay, now I'm again going to pause the stop. Okay, now I'll be sharing my phone app screen again, so that okay. Hold. I'll go to my reservations. Sorry, I'll just I need to share my screen. Okay. Now, when I go to the app, I'll go to my reservations. Now, if, as you see, you can see now this item has appeared under click and collect. Okay. I can intimate that I am on my way to the library. Okay. I can either share my location, or alternatively inform the library that I would be there in whatever time, or I can say that I am here. Okay. At this point, I'll again stop sharing my screen and let Biraj share the screen so that you come to know how you will see in your library on the CMS actually. Just a moment. Yeah, Biraj taro screen. Now, when you see in the CMS, you can see that Bharat Nagaracha is en route. Okay. This would be simultaneously available since we are using different screens at this point in time. Okay. Biraj, I'll just do this. You will see the things change. Okay. I'm now changing it to, I have said I am here. Okay. So you can see now you can also pass on messages to me. Okay. And at this point, the library either needs to check out the item for the user, or the user can come on its own and take the item. Okay. Yeah. Check out. Okay. So at this point, I will basically go and do a checkout of this particular item. That is share. One second. I'll share my screen so that you are in a much better. Yeah. The user can just go and do a checkout. Book? Understanding research. And I have checked this out. Pertinent point here is that I can also actually have the library do this process instead of the user doing this process, and you can just go ahead and check it out for the library and just hand over the books if you want. Any questions? Ajay sir?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So, Bharaji, if there any possibility to integrate that some VRL app chatbot in this app?
Which app, sir?
Like Talk to.
Huh?
Talk to is the VRL chatbot for live discussion or live chatting between user and the library staff.
Yeah, that is a possibility, not an issue.
Okay.
You
So
just need to
and
give us an URL, and the same way that we have integrated your other, pickup book request or other items, it can
okay,
easily get integrated.
okay, or can we integrate that the automatic fine pay? Suppose
See,
some
fine pay
user want to
is
pay the
under
fine.
process and expected by the second quarter. Okay. So, wherein we
Okay,
should be able to start giving you options to, connect to either your provider who can, uh,
okay.
accept fines by either card or UPI payments or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can actually give you something like maybe Google Pay and Apple Pay thing.
But the possibility is there, no?
Yeah, yeah, we are already
Is it
working on
possible?
it.
No? Okay,
Yeah, we're
okay.
already working on it, sir. In fact, we have already, it's in a beta stage wherein it has already been done and it is being tested out by certain libraries abroad. So
Mm-hmm.
very soon we should be able to give it to you to integrate it, wherein you will be in a position
Okay.
to pay the fines. The
And
user
and
actually would be
and
able to pay the fines directly.
okay. And also we can add some more fields related to our requisitions forms, whatever we have in a different kind of sections like purchasing or requisition or ILL, something else. So if there possibility to we can add
Oh,
as an admin.
sure, sir.
Okay, okay. And
You are connected to your base system Koha, Ajay sir.
mm-hmm,
Then any
mm-hmm,
additions that you need and anything that Koha supports, okay, uh, generally is not too much of a problem. Okay. Now,
mm-hmm,
in fact, if you already have a payment URL, okay, wherein users can pay, that can be
mm-hmm.
integrated immediately as an URL. You can just have a tab for payments, find payments, and the
Okay,
user
but
will be
what
taken
what
to that particular URL to pay the fines. So even
mm-hmm,
now that is possible, but yes, in-app payment I was saying is already under beta testing, and we should be coming out with it very soon. So
mm-hmm,
that again would be coming into you as an added feature whenever you once it gets integrated. So that is not a problem. The point which I was actually trying to make here more so is that library being a dynamic thing, you keep on receiving new books every now and then. So you will have
mm-hmm.
a option to promote these books to the users. See, typically a library in a month, maybe, receiving maybe the 50 books or something or whatever is the
Yeah,
kind of. Now
which
that
is called new arrivals list, which
yeah,
is called new arrivals list. So
that
user can get the
communication to
notification
the
in this app,
user
through
is
this app.
yeah. Here on the new arrivals, you just need to uh, you know be there. So
Mm-hmm.
that's about it. You can just put it. I'm sorry, but I think this Zoom meeting may end. If that happens, if you want, I can again set up a Zoom meeting immediately and share the invites too.
Uh, so hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Uh, anyone have any query related to this app or
I
hello,
have couple of
Anupa?
questions. I have
Yeah,
couple of
please, please.
questions.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I
First,
have three questions.
Jaram, Jaram, one sec, one sec. So, Bharatji, he is Mr. Jairam, my colleague. He is looking over all the RFID things and technology in the
Sure, sir.
library.
Sure,
So,
sir.
he is having some queries related to this app. So, Jaram, Gadaji, please.
Jairamji, please, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I have a couple of questions. Two is interrelated, and the third one I think is a very serious issue. So first one is whether when we are going to install this application on my mobile,
Yes,
it's
sir.
showing that file may be harmful. If I will receive this type of messages, then I am certainly will not go to
Okay,
install
Jairamji,
application.
right now it is not launched on the App Store and the Play Store. Okay. So
Okay.
your phone typically just does a general thing, which whenever you are going to be put in anything which is not a verified product, it will always say, to do that.
Okay, that is the reason I have not explored more on it, because I
No,
just stopped there.
it is applicable to all the apps, regardless of anything, sir. Because we are yet to actually launch it on the App Store and the Play Store. There are some processes that need to be completed. If one wants to launch an app on the Play Store, App Store specifically, you need to have a DUNS number and everything. So that process is on, and Apple takes its own time to revert back. The same is the case with Google Play. They verify your product, and only then, once a verified product, you will stop getting all these messages.
So this is basically for mobile application. There
Yes,
is
sir.
no provision for Windows and Macs right now. Huh?
It is like you can be using any operating system. It's basically a mobile
Oh,
app, sir.
okay.
You
Okay.
can
I
access
got it.
this on your computer also. That is not a problem.
Okay. So third one is basically for the question related to your circulation. When a user either check out or check in, as you saw in that application, he or she have to scan some RFID tags. So I believe same in checkout or check-in also. So if a user using a mobile app will check in through that RFID tag,
Yes, sir.
he or she can do it without coming to the library. So
No, sir.
how,
No, sir. No, sir. I'll just
right?
explain. I'll just explain,
Mhm.
sir. Check in right now, because this is I'm in my location and I have activated it. But for your user, you will have to demarcate an area in check-in. Only and
Okay, okay.
there. See, checkouts will happen definitely in the library, isn't it? I mean, checkouts cannot happen outside. But the problem occurs in check-in. So, say I am a student, I have taken a book, I am in my hostel or my house, and my due date is there. So, I just go and try to check in. Now, this doesn't work because the app doesn't activate the check-in if I'm not in the library and the predefined area. Now, this is actually achieved using beacons. So when we give you the app, we also give you the beacons. Okay. So you will have a range within say 100 meters or 200 meters or 300 meters, wherein you will now, because if I use a map is not very precise. So we don't just rely on the map. We actually use beacons wherein it will communicate with the app, and the check-ins will only get activated when she is in a predefined area in your library, sir.
So we have to actually we have to check it practically. Theoretically, it's a little bit difficult to understand. So
No,
when we
it is.
do practically, it will
I'll
be.
tell you what happens, sir. See, when supposing you today have checked out a book and you want to check it in, okay, for your check-in will get activated on the app only and only once you are in the library in a predefined area. Till that time, this thing will not get activated. On
Okay.
your app, you will not be able to check in if you're not in a predefined area in the library.
Okay, let's see. I think these are my questions, and I seriously I will try to explore this practically. So
Sure,
then
sir.
only we will able to have resolve some queries, and we may have
Sure, sir.
some different
Request you
new
to please
questions.
go through this and disregard that message for app can be harmful. Don't worry on that. It is not harmful. It is not going to do anything to your mobile or your data. It's a verified product. It's just that since it is not on your App Store and Play Store, it is right now not verified by them. So it's a standard message which will come for any app which is not verified.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
So, anyone, Arjun, you have any questions about that? Arjun, Anash, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I will just put a question in the. Hello, sir. Myself, Arshan.
Please ask us, please.
Sir. So one query is regarding whether the app would provide any alerts to the users when the due date arrives to return the book.
Yes, you can have a notification on the, you can configure a notification on the CMS and the users will get a notification on that.
Okay.
You can configure it like you want it to appear maybe a day before or 3 days before or whatever. That all items are configurable, sir.
Okay.
Anas, Jina.
No, sir, I don't have any.
Hello, Anas, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir. I don't have any query.
Oh, okay. Amish, Global Library. Who's attending through Global Library?
Hi Ajay, this is Ritu from Global Library. I
Hi,
joined using my
Ritu. Hi.
own ID
Ritu.
actually. Hence,
So,
I had to join through the
for,
licensed account. No, thank you so much. I missed a good amount of
not an issue,
good
Ritu.
portion
Ritu,
of the
first,
presentation.
just introduce to you. Bharaji, she is my colleague, Miss Ritu. She is also the part of that technical team. So,
Yes.
he is also working with the RFID. RFID. So, she is having some queries related to the app, and earlier she has already explored that kind of app features. So over to Ritu, please.
Thank you so much, Ajay. Thank you, Bharaji, for indeed, showing us all the efforts and giving us this lovely technology. However, it is yet to be explored from my end. As told you, certain issues were there while downloading and so on. So one of us was trying, and then hence we decided that at least one should try, and then later probably the thing is sorted out, and then possibly we'll do that. However, from my end, my submission would be that I would require a little more time to explore it once I download and do the needful,
Sure.
right? And hence, accordingly, we'll get back. Thank you so much for your time.
Madam, what we will do is you can call me up. You can, Mr. Ajay
Sure.
will share my number. If you have any queries, you can call me up anytime. In the meantime, since I'm
Certainly, I'll do
recording
that.
the meeting, I'll try and see if I can share the recording. So you can.
That would be really wonderful because I missed initially quite
Not,
some close to 10 minutes ka session.
not a problem. I'll try and see if I can, share the recording so that you can go through it at your leisure.
Excellent. That works really well. And I'm sorry I was talking and just now I noticed that my camera was turned off.
No
I'm
issues,
really
no
sorry
issues
for
at
that.
all. No issues.
All right. So we'll get in touch. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, sir, if there are any queries, you can definitely get back to us and we'll try to answer them as best as possible.
Yeah, sure, Bharaji. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for your nicely brief of the app features. So definitely, I think we need to more time to explore that
Sure.
all the features, and some of the colleagues they are working on it or they are exploring the new features. So we will get back to you within this week.
No issues. Take your time, be comfortable.
Thank you.
Even we would like you to be comfortable and then take the decisions.
Right. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Pleasure.